We are live from Las Vegas this afternoon and live this morning in Metro Manila. This is Get Real. Ladies and gentlemen, here's Jeanette Marco.
All right. Good morning from the Philippines, and of course, good evening sa lahat ng mga viewers and followers of Get Real TV in New York and in Las Vegas and the whole of United States. I'm very, very lucky to actually have someone with me right now, a very special guest who is very, very, very talented. So actually, I just want to greet everybody who's currently watching Missa Cafe, Pucaberry Cafe, and of course, our good friends out there, Tita Miles, and everybody else in New York. With me is a very, very famous, actually, very, very lucky that napagbigyan niya ako today to guess. It's 8 o'clock in the morning here in the Philippines. Normally, he's a very, very busy surgeon. Let us all welcome, without further ado, an esthetician, an aesthetic doctor, anybody who is actually in need further enhancing and corrections of whatever it is. They want to be beautiful. They want to be perfect. Actually, I see him as a very perfect doctor. Let us welcome on the floor the Homer George Mendoza of Montage Skincare. Ayan.
Hello everyone.
Welcome.
Hello Jeanette. Hello all to all the viewers and watchers and to all the listeners. Good evening and good morning.
Ayan. Doc Homer, how are you doing? Kumusta
I'm
ka
doing
naman?
very good, Miss Jeanette. I'm doing very good despite the situation and the new normal. We're still coping up. My friend.
How's the business of skincare, or how do you classify your business right now? Is it beautification, aesthetics? No, that's aesthetics.
Aesthetics. Yes.
Aesthetics. How is it doing right now, especially during the times when they closed down spa salons, beauty clinics, etc., etc.?
Right now, Miss Jeanette, actually, the aesthetic business is starting. It's not trying, but it's starting to pick up again. Okay, but I have to admit that last year it was not really a very good year for the aesthetic business. I mean, starting in the new normal that they are saying right now, when everyone is wearing face masks, everyone is wearing face shields, and everyone is being careful and cautious and anxious on being contaminated by the virus. They are always after the safety, of course, and we are also after the safety. But you know what? Last year, what we did is we promoted. We don't focus on the services of what we are offering, because that's actually something that is already given. But what we focus is on the safety. Okay, so what we actually capitalized last year, and we do it until now, is we try to implement certain protocols on how we will implement this kind of business in the new normal, following the safety standards and the safety protocols that is prescribed by the Department of Health and other agencies.
But I'm pretty sure all your clients are very eager to actually visit you, visit your clinics. How did you actually keep or maintain them while they're very anxious to go out and visit your clinics? I'm pretty sure yung iba ayaw pa lumabas, ayaw pa pumunta sa clinics. However, they keep on asking you for tips or advices. How did you actually manage to do that?
During the first 6 months of the pandemic last year, I would say from the lockdown here started in March 15, 20, and 20. And I would say March, April, May, June, July, August, September, and even up to September, I'm doing a lot of online consultations.
Also,
I'm
we
doing
do
a lot.
online consultation.
Yes, I'm doing a lot of online consultations, and then if they like need some skincare products, we have it delivered to them via courier, or here in the Philippines we have a lot of movers. Okay, a lot of movers here. When they order, even after an hour, they would have the products with them on their hands. So that's how we survive, how we manage to be in touch with our customers and with our patients and clients last year. But when we started opening again, we started opening actually last year. We started opening in June. Okay, and we noticed that gradually the patients are starting to try to come back again. Once that they see that, oh, this clinic, they have this protocol, they have these safety standards, I feel safe. Because right now, Miss Jeanette, what we are using, everything is disposable. So
Oh, I see.
yeah, and we practice social distancing. We practice our treatment beds are far apart from each other. So, and we have air vacs in the clinic to sanitize the air when we are operating. So we have all those things in our facilities, because our safety is also our clients' safety. We stay in the same environment, right?
That's right.
So their safety
Actually,
is also our safety.
right. Actually, I was lucky to pay a visit to one of your clinics in Quezon City, and I must say that it is they follow really strict health protocols in their clinics. Doc, how many branches do you currently have?
Here in the Philippines, we have close to 50 branches here nationwide. And right now, we made a partnership in emerging of brand names and technologies with one of the famous medical aesthetics in New York, Monarch. And it is actually owned by Dr. Alice Almedral. And I know you know her. I think she's a very good friend, right?
Which, of course.
You're back.
All right, there you go. Doc Homer.
Mm-hmm.
Ayan. So, as you mentioned earlier, you have partner brands in New
Merging
York.
of brands.
Merging of brands.
Yes.
I think in New York you have a couple, right?
Yes. It's actually with Monarch Medical Aesthetics. And now our new brand name in New York is Monarch Montage Skin Science and Medical Aesthetics.
Wow. And that is in partnership with Dr. Alice Almedral. Is that?
Yes. And she's
They
a very
both
good doctor.
Right. I was also having the chance. I got the chance to actually meet Dr. Alice Almedral. But actually, how is that possible, right? I know that during this pandemic, collaborations with various industries are already happening. But how is it with skincare and aesthetics, Doc? Especially, this is like a medical treatment. It entails medical treatment. It's not just any other ordinary person doing the procedure. So how is that possible, merging partnerships or technologies together?
Okay, actually this partnership happened and started in November of 2019. We had our initial meeting and initial approach, and we coined this idea of merging our technologies together. Yeah, we are both aesthetic medicine practitioners, but still on different specializations. Okay, so I noticed Dr. Alice is really very good on like slimming technology. No,
Oh,
she
yes.
she has her M Sculpt. Okay, and she's very good, of course, in skin management and anti-aging, and also on doing aesthetic procedures as well. But on my case, I do more aggressive. Like, say for example, I do threads. Okay, of course we do cosmetic surgery here in the Philippines, right? And we do some a more radical approaches here, and it was a good idea that we can combine our technologies together, and that really sparked the idea of merging the brands. Brand in New York, Monarch, and brand in the Philippines, which is Montage. So now we come up with 2M, and that's
2Ms.
Monarch. Yes, Monarch Montage. And we have good plans, and we have big plans of spreading the same brand of a merged brand in the United States. Actually, if the pandemic didn't come into picture, we could have gone quite far by this time. But well, there's actually a little setback because of this pandemic thing. But right now, New York is starting to move again, and
Right.
yes, and of course, all people get stressed. All people got so anxious, and a lot of them gained weight because of
Oh
the
my God.
lockdown. What they do is they eat, they sleep,
Stress
they
eating,
worry,
no?
stress eating, and they forget about themselves. Now they're coming back to us.
Well, right now, Doc Homer, do you have more of a male or female clientele?
I would say I would say they're like the ratio is like 50-50.
50-50.
It's we have gone are the days when skincare and when enhancements and when beautification is only for women. Now a lot of guys are so conscious. Okay, they're so conscious about how they look, their appearance, especially the millennials. They
Wow,
are
the
so
millennials, huh?
the millennials, of course. They are the ones who are so. Here in the Philippines, I just don't know in the United States. Here in the Philippines, they all want to look like Korean pop
Korean.
stars.
Korean pop stars. Well, actually, that's the in thing right now. How to look like a Korean, like
Yeah, because
with all-
because Filipino basically Filipinos ethnicity, the Asian facial structure of the Filipinos are very much closer to the Korean ones.
to looking Koreans. Doc, let us relate beautification enhancements with the current pandemic. So people get depressed, people get stressed, they feel they're very ugly because they're only at home or they can't do anything outside. Did it increase right now people wanting more and more to actually do some enhancements with you?
I believe so. I believe that we are sharing market the same with gym and health spa and with salons and what's this nail art.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah,
right,
so-
right.
And anything about something that would enhance their looks or pamper themselves. I think we're sharing the same market. And yes, I believe when people get stressed psychologically, what they want is to pamper themselves. Okay, they want to.
Right.
And
Pamper
that's
is
one
the
of-
word,
Mhm. And that's actually our mission. Our mission is actually to make people feel good by making them look better.
Yeah. Pero Doc, years and years ago, enhancements and beautifications can be very expensive. But right now, it has become more and more affordable for
Affordable. Mhm.
everybody. How is that? Paano nangyari yon?
Well, number one, there has a lot of lately we have come up with a lot of technologies right now and a lot of alternatives. So hindi na monopolized siya eh. It's no longer monopolized by a certain industry or certain brand name.
Right.
Okay, so people come up with a lot of choices right now, and I think that it's no longer scarce or it's no longer limited or just for the few. The availability is now everywhere, and so I guess that makes the prices more competitive.
More competitive, right? Doc, turuan naman natin sila ng basic skincare routine sa mga nanonood. Ano ba ang
Okay.
advice ni Doc Homer for a basic skincare to take care of your skin here in the Philippines?
Okay. You know what? My mantra, I always tell my patients, no? The skin is a reflection of what's happening inside our body. Okay? So, our skin is actually a gauge of our internal health.
Oh, yeah.
So yes, yeah, and I always believe in that. I mean, no matter how much you indulge on skincare, how much, how many kilos of creams you apply on your face, if you don't take care of what's inside your body, it's not going to work. All right. So what I mean is, start with a healthy lifestyle. Start with a healthy living. Okay. Healthy food, healthy diet, okay, supplements. You need to take supplements, okay, and enough rest, balance, okay, balance of work, exercise, and rest. And then that's the basic of having good skin. And then, of course, here we come to the proper skincare. Actually, skincare, taking care of your skin is very simple. All you need to do is, of course, you always have to have a clean skin before you sleep. And of course, whatever your age, I'm saying whatever you age, you need to moisturize. And you need to find a good moisturizer for your type of skin and for your age as well. You need to moisturize. You need to tone up and you need to moisturize every day. And then the following day, when you wake up, okay, you do the same skincare routine. And then, but you need to put some protection against the harmful rays of the sunlight. You need to put sunscreen. Okay?
Ayan.
That's the basic.
Importante pala. Well,
That's
it's
the
really
basic.
very important, no, Doc, as you said, parang our bodies are like cars. Whatever you put in, ito yung magiging ano niya. And the skin is a reflection. Tama po kayo dyan. So, Doc, does it count if you sleep, if you get enough sleep, you
Yes, of course.
you
Of course.
smoke
Of course.
or you drink? Kasama rin
Of
ba
course.
yan?
Of course, if you drink alcoholic beverages, or let's say you had a night out, a Saturday night out, you drank too much alcohol, like vodka, or you had tequila. Yeah, and I know I usually also do that once in a while. Alcohol is very dehydrating. Okay, it depletes your body of water. So the following day, what you have to do is to detoxify and to drink and to replenish fluids. Fluids, when I say fluids, water, not fluid again, alcohol. Okay?
An alcohol. Oh, well. Ayan. As far as naman skincare in the United States, Doc, when there is winter time or ano naman, 4 seasons, what is your advice naman on a daily regimen? Apart from, meron ng protection sa sun. How do we keep our skin protected during winter?
Okay. Here kasi dito sa atin, dito in the Philippines, we only have two seasons, the wet and dry, and we have a tropical climate here. And usually it's more of humid here in the Philippines. So what we usually use here is some form of light moisturizers, or most of the times water-based moisturizers, because we don't want our face to look greasy. And we don't want our face to look very shiny, right? But
Right.
in countries where there are four seasons, actually winter is very drying. It's very drying on the skin. Okay, it's
Right.
cold and it's really very drying. That's the time that you need like heavier moisturizers. Sometimes you need one or two types of moisturizers. One moisturizer is something that the skin really absorbs, something like ceramide or hyaluronic. That's the first base moisturizer, and then you need to use something that would tap on your skin and protect your skin. It's something like an emollient. Yeah, especially on
Oh.
winter, on
Wow.
winter season, something that would create a barrier from the external environment, so that your skin is protected. There has to be a barrier.
Oh, wow,
In
hindi
the
ko
winter
alam yan
season.
O yan guys, those who are listening right now, please take note of those two. Actually, I didn't know all about it. I'm just like, okay, how do I protect my skin? Well, anyway, Doc, maiba tayo sa taking care of skin. Before I move on to your other talent, you after being a very, very good surgeon and a very talented aesthetic doctor, Doc Homer, sa kaalaman, hindi alam ng iba, is a very, very good singer and performer. Performing tenor si Doc, crossover ng pop. Doc, how did you even discover that talent apart from being a talented doctor?
Well, my mother's side, the Rosales clan, actually, most of them are like, they are all musicians, okay?
Oh.
And most of them really know how to sing. And I grew up with a family of people who sing, people who play piano, people who play instruments, guitars, and those stuff. So I was literally influenced by them, and I started singing actually when I was 6 or when I was 7.
Oh, that's too early,
Yeah, and well, in the school I do like public performances in the school when I was in elementary and when I was in high school. And you know what, Jeanette, I really like to graduate a degree in music and in voice, but I was not. It was not well. My uncles and my parents. They told me that it couldn't be a really a good startup for me to have such a career, because ang hirap makapasok din naman to have a career in such. So hindi ko yun nakuha when I was in college. Okay? And but I still continue singing, but I was singing like once in a while. And then when I can already afford to enroll myself to private voice coaching, that's how I started singing and learning to study some opera techniques. Okay,
Pero
I would say.
how long ago was that?
Well, I started having formal lessons in 2010. Formal voice
that's
lessons.
Formal voice lessons.
Mhm.
And
my very first voice teacher was the late Edgardo Dodo Crisol. He was one of our famous tenors here in the Philippines. He had an international tenor. He performed here and in other foreign countries. And then after, he just passed away. And then I went to another very popular and very talented tenor. His name is Lemuel de la Cruz of UST Conservatory of Music. So I was with him for like 4 years, 4 or 5 years. And then finally, I'm now under the tutelage of Dr. Professor Alegria Campo of UP College of Music.
Music. Oh, wow. Grabe ha, from being a doctor to a singer. Pero I think I can sense that you are super passionate about singing. Doc, you're doing crossovers to pop right now, pero I think classical lang mo.
Yeah, the thing kasi is if you sing pure opera, number one, I'm not really honed. My voice is not fully honed as an opera singer. Okay, and if you sing like a purely opera, parang hindi lahat can really appreciate opera. So what I'm doing is like the style of the pop opera singers who sing some pop songs but doing it in the opera way, or in the classical placement of the voice.
Ayan, ang galing-galing. Siguro very excited na mapakinggan ng lahat ng listeners and followers ang iyong napakagandang boses. But before we do that, Doc Homer, I want to ask, how is your daily routine? Ano ang routine ng isang napaka-busy doctor? From waking up in the morning, my God, he wakes up at early morning, like 5, I think, or even earlier. He's already greeting.
Jeanette, I lost you.
All right. So before we sorry for losing me for quite some time. So Doc, how is Dr. Homer's daily routine? Like from waking up in the morning till going home?
Okay. The moment I open my eyes, I do affirmations. I do gratitude. Okay, I do affirmations. I thank God for giving me another life, another day. That's how I start my day. And then after that, I'll make a quick breakfast and I hit the gym. Okay, I hit the gym for about 2 hours, and then I prepare myself for the whole day. Probably at around 11, I'm ready to work. 11 o'clock in the morning, I'm ready to work until at about 8 or 9 p.m. And then that's it. I go home after.
Wow. But where do you go home? I think your clinics are all over Metro Manila. Do you still go home to Batangas?
Yeah, I right now I choose to stay here in Lipa, Batangas, because I have clinics in Batangas City as well, in Batangas area. What I mean is in Batangas area, in Cavite, in Laguna, and of course in Metro Manila, and up north like Bulacan, and Nueva Ecija, Pampanga, and I think I'm closer to where I could be. Like say for example, if I'll be in Lipa and have a schedule in Cavite, it's like 45 minutes travel from here. Or if I have in Batangas City, it's like 20 minutes travel from here. If I have schedule in Manila or in Quezon City, thanks to the facilities of the Skyway, it's like a 1 hour drive now. Ganun na lang kadali from Lipa
It's
to
easier.
like.
It's easy. Ayan. O sige, Doc. We're very excited to actually hear. Pwede mo ba kaming pagbigyan ng kahit na kahit na konting lines ng isa sa mga favorite song mo in acapella. I know it's early morning pero walang oras na pinipili sa isang magaling na singer na kagaya mo. Let's do it.
Ganun ba? Can I just sing talagang kakanta talaga dito.
Sige,
Kasi,
of course. Para marinig ng iba. A lot of listeners are actually, looking forward to listen to your voice. Let's take it away, Dr. Homer Mendoza.
Can I just sing a cappella? A cappella na lang?
Please.
Kasi if I'll have -1. But, sige, I'll just be guided with the -1 na rin. Sorry.
Ayan, guys. Papauunlakan tayo ni Doc Homer na konting sneak preview of his performance bago siya mag-big concert sa
Do you hear the -1?
Yes.
Meron? Dreaming, I must be dreaming, or am I really lying here with you? Baby, you take me in your arms, and heaven is the moment when I look into your eyes. And though I just fall in love again, just one touch and then it happens every time, and there I go. I just fall in love again, and when I do, I can't help myself. I fall in love with you. Okay na?
Ayan. Parang sa tono ng boses mo, Doc, are you in love right now? Or is love in the air? Okay, next question. All right. Hindi ko na discuss, but anybody who would listen to your voice would definitely fall in love. Doc Homer, any last words and message to everyone who's watching and listening right now? Message with regards to pandemic on how to take care of yourselves and be in the positive light, or any parting words para sa mga fans mo and followers as well?
Okay. We have to live with the pandemic. All right. I mean, the thing is, a lot of people are like saying, oh, I would start doing this when the pandemic is gone. Oh, I would start seeing you again and having my skincare when the pandemic is gone. I would start operating my restaurant business when the pandemic is gone. Actually, that's a wrong notion, because the pandemic, the virus will always be with us. Okay, we just need to outsmart the virus. We need to be stronger than the virus, so that the virus COVID would soon be like just an ordinary flu. Okay, I think the new generation or the coming generation after us, COVID will just be like an ordinary flu. Okay, it won't kill them anymore. But for now, what we need to do is we all have to be very conscious and cautious. Even if we get vaccinated, you know what, Miss Jeanette, the problem is a lot of people who get vaccinated, they thought that, well, I'm vaccinated already and I'm free. The thing is, there are a lot of new variants coming out, okay? New variants of the virus. And so even if you are vaccinated, it doesn't mean that you are 100% protected. You minimize the risk and the chances of uh, being contaminated by the virus, but you still have the chance of being contaminated by the new variants of that virus. So, nevertheless, we still need to continue to protect ourselves, be cautious, be conscious, and we have to really outsmart the virus.
Doc, how can people avail of your services if they want to get in touch with you? Address, Facebook pages, or telephone numbers or details?
They can actually check us out on montage.ph, and all the details are there, even the branch addresses and the branch contacts, the contact details. And they can just look on, that's it, montage.ph. Even our services are all there and products are all there.
Ayan. A very good, generous, kind, and loving Dr. Homer Mendoza of Montage Skincare. Please do like and follow his Facebook page. Visit him if you need to be beautiful and pretty and do some enhancements. Actually, guys, there was a debate before sa akin whether enhancements or beautification is good or bad for someone. Para sa akin, God has given you what you currently have right now, but it's much better to actually make it a lot better for yourself to feel good and to feel beautiful. Thank you so much, Dr. Homer, for gracing our show tonight.
Thank you, Jeanette.
Today morning. God bless you and have a wonderful morning.
See you very soon.
Thank you, Doc Homer.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Doc Homer of Montage Skincare Clinic. To take this opportunity to bow our heads and pay tribute to a very generous, kind, and loving journalist, Mr. Ricky Lo, who actually just passed away. Right now, we lost another good one in the industry. Lord, we pray that you take his soul and may his soul rest in peace. And for everybody who is actually going through a lot of emotional stress and battling the virus, please bless and protect them. Guys, for all of you who are watching on the brighter side, Manhattan with Mr. Luis, the new movies that will be out this coming May for the first half of the year, IFFMNYC.com. Currently, Mr. Luis break from Get Real TV on PHLV. So I will be alone for the next coming weeks. And of course, I would like to thank Mr. Cafe, of course, Montage for everything that he has done to us. Thank you to actually Channel 1 Global of Mr. Director Mike Magat. And of course, to all our sponsors, Tita Miles, Director Johan, of course, Tita Josie. Maraming salamat PHLV Radio for actually broadcasting us live here in the Philippines and of course in the United States. Thank you so much, Mr. Cafe. And of course, to God be the glory. Live each day as if it were the last. This is Jeanette Marco live from the Philippines, PHLV Radio of Get Real.